Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a deck review. Today we're going to look at the Voyager playing cards. These cards were a Kickstarter. It was put out from Derek McGee and Logan Max. The cards were printed by the Legends Playing Card Company, and they were released from Pure Imagination Projects. And if you'd like to learn more about this project, you can visit pureimaginationprojects.com. This is the Voyager deck. It's also being referred to as the Les Milies deck. The deck is kind of an honor to a movie from 1902 called A Trip to the Moon. Now, A Trip to the Moon was a French silent film, and it was directed by Jorge Milies. So that's why it's called the Les Milies deck. The Trip to the Moon, it's actually one of the 100 greatest films of the 20th century, and it was marked 84th in that. And it's probably one of the best known of the hundreds of films made by Milies. And that moment when the capsule lands in the moon's eye, which is on the back of the card decks, it remains one of the most iconic and frequently referenced images in the history of cinema. So you can imagine why Derek McGee and Logan Max decided to do a deck that honored that film. A Trip to the Moon, it's widely regarded as the earliest example of science fiction on film, and it's probably one of the most influential films in cinema history. We have two decks in two colors released, the red and the blue. The red deck was limited to 1,111 decks. We're going to look at the red deck today, so that's the one we'll take a look at right now. The tuck case in the front says Les Milies Voyagers and a limited edition, and then way down at the bottom in tiny microscopic letters it says, "Where will you voyage?" The sides say Pure Imagination Projects and Legends Playing Cards, and the bottom has a little bit of ad copy about Pure Imagination Projects. The front, of course, has this iconic image of the capsule landing in the moon's eye, and then the back design is, of course, the back design of the cards. The front has a little bit of embossing right here on the letters. You can feel the raised imagery. And then there's also the little iconic image of the moon right there on the tuck flap. And there is a Pure Imagination Projects tuck seal. So that is pretty much it for the tuck case. Let's take a look at these cards. Like I said, the cards were printed by Legends Playing Card Company, and so it is their standard stock. If you've ever played around with a Legends deck, you kind of know what their cardstock feels like. It's very springy, has a very solid snap to it, and this does feel like their thicker stock. It does feel more plasticky, like a plastic-coated card, but they do have really good glide to them, and they seem to respond really well. The back design of the card is the iconic image from A Trip to the Moon. It's the capsule landing in the moon's eye on the top and the bottom, and then there's some stars here in the corner, and it's surrounded by just some images from the movie itself, and we'll get into that. And then there's just some leaf work, some vine work at the top, and kind of some, I guess it's kind of a cloud shape in the middle forming an X. With this deck, some of your extra cards, you're going to get two jokers. Your first joker says Pure Imagination Projects at the bottom, and your second joker, which is almost identical, doesn't have the writing there at the bottom. The jokers, these are the Selientes. They are the beings who live on the moon. They're kind of like these lizard creatures, and they're more familiar to you if you've seen the movie. Your Ace of Spades is pretty cool. It has a lady lifting her arm holding a star. It's a very kind of Statue of Liberty looking. It says Les Milies and Pure Imagination Projects. The Pip and Indice cards are pretty standard through the blacks. But the Pip and Indice cards through the red cards, they are standard in placement and size, but their coloring seems to be a little bit more orange than red. The court cards are standard as well, but they do have a silver foil accent to them, which kind of gives them a really cool pop. And that red that you're familiar with in the courts has been replaced by that same orange. Hey guys, just going to grab the camera so you can take a closer look. Here's the tuck case and your two crazy jokers. Here's your Ace of Spades. And here's a couple of your court cards. You can see that silver foil coloring is really popping. And here's one of the standard pips. Well, that is pretty much it for this deck review. As always, we recommend that you like this video just so other people can find it faster. We also recommend that you subscribe to this channel just to stay up to date on the latest in cards and card magic. If you'd like to follow me on social media, you can. I'm at facebook.com/magicorthodoxy and twitter.com/magicorthodoxy. Thanks, bye.